is your life force. And the life force is centered around the three-dimensional center of the human body, which is around the tailbone of the human vertebra. Now, why go and unnecessarily awaken it if it has already found its equilibrium and you are happy and peaceful and prosperous in your life? Why go and unnecessarily experiment and meddle with it and perhaps fear that there might be complications? Let me explain that in this video. Now, the life force is made up of ether energy particles, which are lighter in nature. Now, the body is a heavier element, and therefore, the gravity of the Earth's capacity brings the body down and grounds us, keeps us grounded. Whereas the ether energy particle is a lighter energy particle, and therefore, due fugal force, the life force is thrown, and constantly we lose life force throughout our lifetime. In fact, right through the day, right through the minute, we lose life force, ether energy particles from our body, says our Guru Sri Vethathiri Maharishi and the saints of the past who have perhaps gotten this out of intuition. And they have also observed themselves through meditation that their energy levels and from time to time and place to place. And while they observe these things, they perhaps realize that we have achieved certain amount of equilibrium in our body over a period of time, and therefore we have reached a certain level of height, and the body stops growing beyond a particular age. And this life energy is supplied to awaken the consciousness, and therefore the intelligence, the consciousness develops in a human being. So after the age of 14, we start to ask questions as to who am I, where did I come from, where am I going, what is the purpose of my birth, why is there pain, why is there poverty, why are there so many complications and problems that why is there so much of suffering, is there anything that I can do about it, can I get better, can I become peaceful? So all these questions being's mind after the age of perhaps 14 or 15 or so. And then it becomes stronger and stronger. We seek solutions, we seek answers for these questions. So, in order to find answers, can we actually go and read books? Will that give us answers? Books will give knowledge, but it won't give wisdom. It won't give self realization. We have to use our own inquisitive mind to find the truth behind all these questions and perhaps have our own method of arriving at our own conclusion. That means what? We should be able to have a practice by which we can, at our will, reduce the frequency of the brain from a high beta level from 21 or 14 to 40 cycles per second down to without going to sleep. Alpha level is what usually the scientists call as sleep with dreams. So we should be able to reach that alpha level of frequency without having to go to bed. And we shouldn't go to sleep. We should remain awake, we should remain conscious, but we should be able to work at the alpha level of frequency. Now, what is such a method? Such a method is the meditation technique. There are, of course, various forms of meditation. There is pranayama technique, there is tantra technique, there is yantra technique, there is idol worship, and there is imagery techniques such as transcendental meditation, and so on and so forth. Now, no matter what the meditation is, it can be classified into 4 categories. Category 1 is pratyagara, which really means that at will you are able to shift your focus on an object or an engagement of sorts that you wish to focus on at any given point of time. Second is that dharana. Dharana is your ability to remain focused on the same thing over a longer period of time without getting distracted from it. That's again improvement of concentration. Many of the chanting techniques, many of the idol worships and so on and so forth helps you to do both. The third one is dhyana. Dhyana is about focusing your mind on your own life force, which is your Kundalini. Now, where is the Kundalini? Kundalini is posited and the three dimensional center of your body. Now, if it remains there, it becomes difficult for you to observe it, and therefore it remains difficult for you to meditate. So, dhyana or meditation in its purest form is difficult if the life force remains at the Muladhara chakra. Therefore, what should we do? We should find a way of easily, simply, safely raise it to a point or bring it to a point where it becomes easy for us to observe the life force vibration. And that is called the Kundalini process. The fourth stage of meditation is samadhi. The samadhi is essentially merging with the Almighty Force, with the realization that we are nothing but a fraction of the totality. And therefore, fixing our mind on the totality, on the Almighty Force, the Brahma, the Vishnu, the Shiva, the Krishna, the Allah, the whatever you want. Essentially, there is an almighty force from which an ether energy particle came into existence. Because of the conglomeration, grouping of these ether energy particles, the Panchabhutas came into existence. The Panchabhuta gave rise to different planetary objects. One such planetary object is our own Earth, and in which the life evolved into a one cell organism, into a plant, to a bird, to an animal, and to a human being, and finally to you and me, with the ability to discriminate and find good over evil and to realize ourselves. The sixth sense has been bestowed upon us, the human being. For what? For us to focus on the life force, realize ourselves, and continue this wonderful journey of consciousness and to attain the purpose is to cleanse our genetic center and to become one with the Almighty Force. Now, I hope you understand that the reason for awakening the Kundalini is to realize the purpose of our birth. But there are two other big milestones to achieve before we can say that we have completely cleansed our genetic center of our sin imprints and realized and merged with those two milestones are essentially cleansing our mind of negative, evil, unwanted, unnecessary, unfulfillable, full pain-giving thoughts and words and actions. Now, in order to do that, we have to increase our willpower. And in order to increase our willpower, once again, we need to be able to focus our mind on life. Only then the brain will begin to work at a subtler levels of frequency between 8 and 13 cycles per second, and perhaps even go lower than that to the theta level of frequency between 4 and 7, and perhaps even go lower than that to the delta level of frequency between zero point 0.5 and 3 cycles per second. When it goes to lower and lower frequencies, our mind becomes calmer and calmer, and we begin to gain enormous amount of willpower. What do we do with the willpower? Change our thoughts, change our actions, third, change our words, and therefore change our characteristics, and therefore change our personality, and completely reprogram our genetic center and become a new, renewed, happy, peaceful, prosperous, long living, successful human being. And before we achieve that, we of course have to take care of our health, the physical and the mental. We have to understand that the health itself is maintained by maintaining the cells. The cells are maintained by the biomagnetic energy. The biomagnetic energy is maintained by the life force. What is life force? Kundalini. That means what? We need to be able to increase the quality and quantity of the life energy particles in our body, which will in turn increase, improve the quality and the quantity of the biomagnetic. turn increase the health of the cells. When the cells are healthy, the body is healthy. When the body is healthy, we have better ability to manage our mind and remain healthy in the mind. When the body and the mind is healthy, the life force can be protected, preserved, nurtured, and therefore get the ability to cleanse our genetic center and realize ourselves and merge with the Almighty. This, the starting point is, yes, you guessed it right, awaken your Kundalini. Visit simplifiedkundaliniyoga.com and attend the next workshop to awaken your Kundalini. There are many ways of awakening Kundalini, but our method, gifted to us by our Guru Sri Vethathiri Maharishi, is a simplified Kundalini yoga system. With the touch of the Guru, we are able to magnetize our hands from the Muladhara chakra to Agna chakra. You must come and experience that to believe it and to gain the best out of yourself. You don't have to trust my words. Come and attend and then experience. Then you will agree that there is no system better than this in the whole world, which will easily, simply help you to succeed in all spheres of life. Be blessed by the divine.